What you need to understand is your phones as a business owner and your iPads, you don't need to have a big media marketing department if you know how to use your phones. The reporter's primary job is to tell the story, but a producer's primary job is to sell the story. And while this is important to you, because this is what you need to do as well for social media, because social media is your audience.
We want to give you a scholarship to come and be a part of Florida Memorial University.
Hello and welcome to Newsworthy Stories. I am Jacqueline Jimenez and I am live in London, getting ready for the London's New Year's Day Parade, where Marjorie Stoneman Douglas of Parkland, Florida, the Eagle Regiment, was invited to perform here. It has been an extraordinary week, and I'm so looking forward to sharing the stories of what they've been doing the week that they've been here. Hello, I'm Jacqueline Jimenez with Newsworthy Stories, and what I'm finding is astounding. I've been using my cell phone and an iPad Pro to generate news coverage all over the world, and it's something any business or nonprofit or corporation can do because your cell phone goes with you wherever you go. Your marketing department doesn't. As a news producer for over 30 years and media strategist, I've been able to help Carter Bonus of Spectrum Golf go from securing his first interview live on the Golf Channel. That coverage led to him walking the Chubb Classic with the legendary Ernie Els. Now he's Sports Illustrated Sports Kid of the Year in less than a year. He's also been named a spokesperson for the UPS Be Unstoppable campaign, which included tickets to the Masters. Plus, he was selected for Doug Flutie's Stars of the Spectrum Golf Team, a competitive league for autistic golfers.
You just have to put your mind to it.
On tonight's 7 Spot.
Part of his success is due to teaching his parents how to shoot video in a way the media would use it on air, and in a way I could produce news stories specifically for social media. That way we could own the messaging.
We want to give you a scholarship to come and be a part of Florida Memorial University.
Carter and his line of golf apparel are now known around the world, and he's just scratching the surface. For Janice Giles of Railbrook Elderberry Products, her business was highlighted in her new location on Black Friday twice. All the pictures and videos they use, shot from my iPad. I've even taken my iPad to the U.S. Virgin Islands with James Amps of Amps International LLC to bring to light the greatest threat in the region, food sustainability and conservation. In partnership with the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, along with the University of the Virgin Islands School of Agriculture, James held his intensive AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreats to generate interest among the youth in agriculture and conservation, and it's working. This global story gaining the attention of the Virgin Islands Consortium, who shared a 5-minute story on our first retreat in St. Croix, then shared this article on the retreat in St. Thomas. The Caribbean Broadcast Network is also sharing our stories, along with the Westside Gazette in Miami. A medical supply company that opened up in the heart of COVID was one of the first stories I produced during the pandemic. They went from virtually no business at all to nonstop customers.
So we were just opening the store, and obviously, no real budget to do any immediate marketing. We didn't really have our proper signage yet. We didn't have signage outside. So we were new store without any visibility. So in Jacqueline coming in and saying, you need to get visible. You're an essential business. We need to talk about your store. We need to get it out there. What she produced was a news story. Before we had the story, we really just had a couple of people kind of walking by. Then the story broke. Then we had people coming in saying, we saw your story. That was amazing. Oh my gosh, you have a crafter. You're working with someone locally. And then people just attach themselves to that. They want to feel a part of community. And local news stories on local, with a local reach is really so impacting. It has just been so important for us to have that. We're so appreciative of that opportunity. We would have never known how to do that. It's really meant a lot of business to get our name out there on social media.
Using video shot mostly on the phones of Pilates instructors all over the world, I was able to produce stories about Pilates Day for the Pilates Method Alliance. I was also able to produce multiple stories for 2 of their conferences, the last one in Las Vegas. I tell people all the time I'm not a videographer, but after working with the pros for decades, I just know what to shoot, and it's really essential for social media, especially when you're trying to create original content on a daily basis. But I don't always shoot video from my iPad. I also have a team of professional camera crews that will shoot intimate settings or corporate events. The ICAPA World Network is a perfect example. It maximizes its signature events through story, generating interest in the organization and providing a tool for every guest to share on their social media sites, highlighting honorees and sponsors.
If you don't network, you might not work.
The cybersecurity experts at Land Infotech using their stories to open doors about how they've been impacting the community throughout COVID. Instead of them talking about how great their efforts have been, they simply shared my story.
Give people an idea of how you've been using this story to your benefit on social media and promos and whatnot.
It's better than having a website or a business card. We use it as intros to all different events. We use it to our vendors because we represent various manufacturers, and now we're showing them what we're doing to the community. And it's not just coming from my mouth; it's coming from the hard work of Jacqueline, of course, and as well as our customers. And in some of the pieces, they're not even customers; they're people that we've just wanted to help, and we don't do this just for clients. We want to help everyone in the community.
The impact of their stories, expanding their reputation as a business leader in their industry to a leader in the community as well.
Eventually what will happen is he will get paid moving forward because everyone sees the value in what he's brought to the table. We're just very lucky and fortunate to have Land Infotech.
For nonprofits like the Healing Arts Institute of South Florida, Media Strategies and Stories helped secure grants worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to offer no-cost mental health services primarily across the state of Florida. It also helped generate grants because funders could see their work.
What would you like to tell the kids who maybe have a diagnosis like you have, maybe autism or ADHD or something? What do you want to tell them?
That it's okay to feel different, and when you're upset, really upset, just talk to someone you trust.
Healing Arts continues to impact the community not only with therapy, but by sponsoring family fun events, helping children and families heal from the trauma of the pandemic and more. Franchisors and business executives who offer services in multiple states are finding they can take the same story idea and get coverage in 2 places at once.
First, I have to say that Jacqueline did a fabulous job of writing up a press release, not just for us, but also for our franchisee, Tammy Krakalici, who is in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And as a matter of fact, you were 2 for 2, Jacqueline, because not only did we get covered yesterday by the NBC affiliate WPTV, Channel 5 in West Palm Beach, Tammy this afternoon was covered for 2 hours by her local TV stations up in Massachusetts.
Hello and welcome to Newsworthy Stories. I am Jacqueline Jimenez and I am live in London.
While in London supporting the Eagle Regiment Marching Band from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, I was able to generate news coverage from Channel 10 News in Miami before they played in London's New Year's Day parade. When the band returned back to South Florida, Channel 10 met them at the airport for an exclusive story. The Eagle Regiment is heading to the Macy's Day Parade next. Guess who I'm going to call first? While I enjoy covering and producing stories, the most important aspect of Newsworthy Stories are the workshops and masterclasses that are based on my handbook, How to Get Television News Coverage. It's easier than you might think. I can train your entire business or organization how to generate news stories so you'll have original content and you won't have to rely on stock photos to tell your story. The reason why Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are so popular is because people are genuinely curious. They want to learn more about you, and when they do, it creates customer loyalty and it puts fuel on personal branding. It just out the window.
I'm a profound believer in exposure, profound believer in vision, because even the Bible says, without vision, the people will perish.
Make no mistake about it, I want every client's story to go beyond my abilities, so I go to the master. I pray over every project and the purpose behind it, and I believe that's the success behind Newsworthy Stories. Our stories are raising awareness, changing lives, and building businesses, and the driving force behind what we do is the impact it has on the community.
Relationship, relationship, relationship.
From personal profiles of success stories to cyclists joining in solidarity, there are news stories all around you. I am on a journey, and the media is a mission field. There's a story in your service. Let me help you share it.